No Kid Hungry is a charity dedicated to providing meals for children in need, as well as supporting food banks and community groups that serve the areas that need it most. We provide emergency grants and expert guidance to schools and local community groups to help feed kids. And remember that all the donations that you give during this marathon will go directly to the charity. Make sure to check out speedgaming.org/NoKidHungry to see a list of all of our incentives, prizes, schedules, and the link to the donation page so you can send your donation in. Make sure to write your donation incentive in the comment, or write us a comment that we can read on the air. So without further ado, I'm going to throw it over to our runner for Splatoon.
So, hello everyone, my name is LonTr0, and I've been a Splatoon speedrunner for about 5 years, and I'm going to be showing off the Splatoon 1 speedrun for you guys on this marathon. This game may be almost 7 years old now, but just last year, we found 2 massive skips that revolutionized pretty much everything and how we approach it. So I'm excited to show this one off. And I am going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So if you don't know much about Splatoon, we are going to be having all sorts of different ink weapons in the actual run. We're starting out with the Splattershot Jr., and this thing has a pretty large shot spread. You fire ink forward, you go into a squid form to progress faster, and it's going to get you through many different challenges and stages. But to start out a Splatoon run, we first have to get through this intro, which is basically the game's starting area that shows you a lot of the mechanics. Squid form, using your weapon, throwing a bomb right here to destroy these boxes, and you can go up this wall. All sorts of basic stuff. And now that we're out of that, we get to go into Inkopolis. Inkopolis is kind of our big cutscene for Splatoon 1. Can't really skip it in any percent. And we're just going to be mashing through. Callie and Marie are going to give us like a rundown, but you'll probably notice by now that I'm playing this game in Japanese. The reason for that is that it saves about 36 seconds over English. So for running anything at top level, it's practically a requirement. So I can't tell what they're saying right now, but I have a general idea, you know. There's gonna be a stay fresh thrown in there somewhere. Right there. There you go. It's gonna be mashing through this part so I can get into the Octo Canyon. So if you're wondering how speedrun of Splatoon works specifically, we're not gonna be messing with any of the multiplayer stuff at all. It's just gonna be the single player Octo Canyon. And 5 different worlds to do, and then a final boss, DJ Octavio at the end. Well, there would be 5 worlds to do, but one of those worlds just isn't as special as the others, let's just say. You will not be seeing too much of it. But this is Captain Cuttlefish. He's going to be giving us the rundown of this hero mode. Oh, the Octarians they're coming! They're going to take over Inkopolis! They stole the Great Sapfish! What are we going to do? Guys, we gotta do something. But if you've ever seen this text on English before, it's like half of the scroll speed is what you get on Japanese. You save half of that Japanese time save right here on this first conversation to Cuttlefish. It's crazy. But let's get into it. Starting out with level 1. Level 1's honestly just a great aim test, and you get to use a lot of different bomb throws to clean up areas faster. Like with the shielded enemy right here. Throw a bomb to the side and he gets distracted. Make an opening. And you have these 3 enemies right here. Just try to use the motion controls and seamlessly connect my shots to all of them and make a path. This game does have stick controls. Like, the main thing about Splatoon is that it is a motion control experience. The stick controls are there. Some people do use them. I wouldn't recommend it personally, especially for Splatoon 1. They're better for Splatoon 2, but in Splatoon 1, they were definitely an afterthought. Gonna be getting through here. Down at the end of this path, there is a key. this key here will be opening up the lockbox. That's a lot of shots right there. I do not want to get hit by that. Opens up this lockbox and will let me progress to the next part. Same thing goes here. It's just that the key is at this big box stack over on the side. And I can strafe around. So usually, when you try to turn around a different direction in this game, there's like a swim delay to it, but if you shoot or pull out a sub-weapon and then do your strafe, it actually turns you around much faster. Shot strafing and sub-strafing, respectively, and I'm going to be using those kind of all over the place, really. Next we're going to be going into level 2. This is one of the few stages in Splatoon 1 that has a global cycle. It's a strat at the end called Cannonless. So I'm essentially going to be trying to catch a cycle at the end with this moving wall, and if I get there in time, I'll skip having to use the cannon that you would normally have to. So I'm trying to just hustle throughout this stage and grab some power eggs along the way. You notice that top right corner? It's got like a power egg count of all these orange orbs like these that I'm collecting. I need 100 by the end of the stage, because that's going to let us get another sub-weapon. So that's kind of the side thing I'm trying to do right now. Gotta manage your power orbs and keep up with the cycle here. This, I should be okay. That little gap there, I don't think that's going to cost me the cycle. Let's see how it goes, though. That Octoball tries to lunge towards us, but we can knock him off before he causes any trouble. Octoballs are like one of the most annoying enemies in this game, I swear. So here's this end wall right here. Usually there'd be a cannon that you'd use to get through this section, but I can use this fence to my advantage. Oh, hello there, Squeegee. Please do not troll me. Ink up like so. So do a little tap right there. And that'll get me to the end. Very nice. That's the fastest cycle right there. Minus a little bit of inking at the end that I had to do on that wall. Not too bad. And now I have 100 power eggs, so I can unlock the Seekers. There's 3 sub-weapons: Splat Bomb, Seekers, and Burst Bombs. You start out with Splat Bombs, which is just like a basic sub that will explode after enough time on the ground. The Seekers are a sub that will not only do a lot of damage if it hits something, but they also paint a straight line in front of you, and that's really good for pathing stuff. So I want to unlock them very early. Like so. Notice how it just paints a straight line in front of me, so I don't have to do that with the shot itself. I think over the course of the run, the Seekers are going to save like over a minute in movement. Super important sub-weapon. And something that they replaced in Splatoon 2 with the curling bomb, which is honestly just better for speedrunning, but a lot of people don't like it. We're going through level 3 right here. Level 3 has just got a lot of these straightaways, so we save it as our last main level in World 1. Not only because the pathing's nicer, but just because Seekers are so essential. Here, get around this bomber, worries. Oh, a little dangerous with the slope there, but we got through. Feeling a little risky. Nice. That's it for the main stages in World 1. That's going to open up a boss kettle now. This is what happens when you clear out all the stages in a world, and now we get to fight this world's boss. And it's going to be time to introduce you to a trick that we're going to use called the rapid fire glitch. So yeah, this is Octostomp. He's kind of a Splatoon boss and one of the starter bosses in both games, really. But I'll need to explain the rapid fire glitch because you're going to see it right away here. So every time you change a sub-weapon on the D-pad on this bottom corner in this game, what am I doing going inside? Every time you change a sub-weapon like that was slow, but every time you do, it does one extra shot out of the hero shot. So if you're able to rapidly switch between your sub-weapons, it'll greatly increase your fire rate and let you do much more damage with these boss enemies. So you're gonna see that on basically every boss that we do, because it's going to speed it up greatly. It's a little harder right now because I only have 2 of the sub-weapons instead of 3 of them, because we are going to be getting burst bombs at some point in Day 2. But it's still effective regardless. That was a bit better. And we'll be getting out of World 1. Not too many problems. Not too shabby at all. Dodge that scroll there. That scroll there gives you a bunch of lore on, like, lore dump on stuff that goes down in the Splatoon universe, but they are slow and give you an extra animation when you pick them up that costs like 2 or 3 seconds, so I'm just going to be avoiding all of them for any percent. There's another category that gets all of them, all scrolls, which is pretty fun. I have world record on that one too. But we're going to be going into World 2 now. Now, instead of the 3 stages that we had to clear in World 1, now we got 6. And a lot of them are much more complex. There's a cycle that I'm going to be trying to do here in level 7, called Fish Cycle. Where essentially, if I move fast enough throughout this stage, I can catch a platform cycle between 2 of these spreaders that, as the name suggests, they spread around ink that covers up your own paths. So I'm really trying to hustle here to make this global cycle, which can be hard, but I'll make it work. Okay. Just really try to snap around there and I should be fine. Oh, what is that? Oh, I don't like this. Barely, dude. What? That was very close. My shots were not very lucky there, so I ended up cutting that line a lot closer than I would have liked, but I did not fall, so that's nice. No, 7. Why is that guy shooting? What are you doing, Twiticle? He's just being a bit of a bozo over there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's his deal. He's just so mad for no reason. Why would you do this to me? That guy in the bottom right's not supposed to do that. He almost messed with me. So that right there, that's level 5. The reason I'm not going into level 5 right now is because it's going to be a lot faster to do it with the burst bomb unlocked. I don't have enough power eggs for the burst bomb yet, so I'm going to save it for later, and I'm going to super jump to it with the gamepad when I am ready to actually do it. And this is like before. You're seeing a lot of twinkles here in these octo stamps. Just trying to maneuver around them nicely. The main thing about level 4 at the very end is going to be these ink geysers. I'm going to be trying to jump off them at specific times to put some lines. I am going to die. Okay. Listen, that's not what's supposed to happen there, but you know what? We make it work, okay? It's fine. That's got to be one of the most scuffed level 4s I've ever seen. But I didn't die, and that's what matters, okay? That's what it's all about. Ooh, yes, we get to talk about a pretty large glitch coming up right now. So we've been pretty glitch-free, just movement, making cycles, getting different sub-weapons. Here's the first big trick. It's called Octoling Glitch, and the thing about Inklings, Octolings in this game, is that they share a very similar model with a lot of the same data. So, an Inkling going through a Zapfish is kind of similar to an Octoling going through a Zapfish, okay? So, if I wrote this correctly to have an Octoling jump through this Zapfish path, I can open up the barrier and the Octoling's gonna touch it while they're doing their super jump, and that'll finish the stage for me. So I don't even have to go up there. The Octoling did the hard work for me, and saves about 10 seconds. Pretty convenient. There's also an Inkzuka special you can get a little bit to the side in that stage that makes that trick like extremely easy if you're wanting to try it out yourself. It's just that you can do it with the Splat Bomb and not have to go over for it. You know? So this is level 9. We're back in that tutorial stage again, except this time we have Seekers, so we can actually cut nice lines. You're getting chased to this stage by... I just seen him in the cutscene earlier. He's called an Octo Striker. He's firing Ink Strikes towards us to try and stop us. The only problem is that his Ink Strikes are very slow and, like, very behind where we actually are, so he's not a threat at all. Use this Splat Bomb to scare him over towards me, and I can just take him out with my shot. No big deal. Not too shabby. Alright, I now have 100 power eggs, so it is time to unlock those burst bombs. That was a bit of a weird menu, but that's okay. And we're going to be going into level 6 with it. Level 6 is going to have a bunch of these fans lying around. You hit a fan with a burst bomb, and it'll instantly go to top speed, and it'll let you travel to places a little bit faster. So we're going to be making good use of these burst bombs. Like so. Okay. Try to cut through these twinkles here. You don't actually have to take them out if you have a nice path there. Hop up this pad. Just barely get through that grate. I actually kind of jumped early there, but I didn't fall off or anything, so it's okay. You would not want to touch water as an Inkling. It's like, oh, a squid going into water? You're fine. Not in the Splatoon world. You will die very fast. Whoa. Fan right there. Let's get through it. Oh, too many issues. And we're out of there. Alright. Now, we unlocked level 5 much earlier. It's time to go and actually play that stage. I was mashing the B button like it was all scrolls to get out of the menu. What was I doing there? I don't know. But here we go. Let's do some level 5 stuff. We got all these sponges here. You throw a burst bomb at a sponge, it can instantly grow to full size. So try to use that as much as you can. Have to wait a little bit there because our ink tank isn't really big enough to let us do that. Through this section. Make sure to dodge these octoballs. These three, I'm going to try to take them out, trap the rest in puddle of ink. One small issue, they're just not cooperating there, but that's okay. Classic octoball moment. One small issue, we are going to troll it today. I just missed that burst bomb. I think I'm okay. I should be okay. Surely, guys. This last section. Hop towards that. Burst bomb. Whoa, that's pretty close. Get me out of there, please. That was just a little sketchy. But we got through it. Now, I believe I should be out of World 2, but before the 21-minute mark. Just sign your Roman cell, okay? Okay, listen, buddy. I'd like to go up that slope. As a matter of fact, going up that slope would be fast. But this is Octonozzle. Octonozzle has all of these little belly buttons that I'm going to have to pop with some rapid fire glitches, and then he's going to have a tentacle that spawns up top. Now, usually you have to climb up to that tentacle, but if I do a little bit of that, I throw a bomb from the bottom to grow the tentacle a bit, and then I can use the rapid fire glitch to take it down. And I'm going to do that for all 3 cycles. It just gets a little harder each time because I'm trying to manage my intake. I'm trying to manage my intake. What was that? Okay. Go down! Now phase 3 is going to have 4 of these little belly buttons. And I actually gotta try to recover him throughout this phase, otherwise I'll die at the end with the bomb throw. That was good. I should be okay, as long as I get some impact there. Nice. That wasn't too bad. Yep, my World 2 split time will be under 21 minutes, so we're doing not too bad. Nice. 2054 exit, that's pretty good. Anyway, this is where the game got absolutely flipped on its head over the last year. So the next 2 stages are going to be very different compared to what they used to be years ago. Both of these tricks were discovered by Messiah, a talented Japanese glitch hunter. And first one, Fuyo Skip, because Fuyo shared it to the Discord. That's like a whole story behind it. Fuyo Skip is going to be a damage boost at level 10 to skip like the majority of the stage. It's like a 55-second time save. And in level 12, there's going to be Messiah Skip, which is much less of a time save and much harder, but still very important. So, this is a little bit RNG, but also very skill dependent, so I am going to focus for this one. What? Okay. That's not good. Oh, please come this way. Buddy, listen, buddy, listen. I just got lucky there. Alright, sure. That works. Sure, yeah. So what happened there, I pulled the Twinsicle into the corner, and he shot me over to that little metal piece right there. And from that metal piece, I'm able to hit the end ink rail that connects to the final checkpoint, and I just skipped all of level 10. That skip, with the setup I was doing, saves like 53 seconds. It is ridiculous how much that one saves. And that's what let this category be beaten in under 50 minutes, really. Along with the trick that I am going to do here. So, halfway through the stage, you're going to do something called Messiah Skip. There's going to be a little metal rim that has some weird properties to it. I'm going to be trying to get a jump off of it, and it'll let me get to the top part without having to go around and get the key. There's a few different variations of how this trick can be done. I'm proficient with all of them, but I think I'll break out V3 right now. Because that's what I was feeling good with in practice earlier. So I tried to line myself up. Like so. Oh, close. Oh, come on. Get up there. You silly Billy! I could hop off that little metal piece and jump up to here. And that lets me skip all of that lower section where I have to go and get the key. I also do not know where this flutter is going. Please figure it out. I'd like to keep going, my guy. Wasn't the best Messiah skip, but I did get it. So that's what matters, okay? It's about sending a message. Alright. Things are gonna cool off for the next stage and a half. There's gonna be another trick coming up in the next stage, but this stage right here, this is level 14. This is just Black Belly Skate Park. Nothing special to it. Let's get to the end. Oglings are chasing you. There is a few ways that you can actually die here. At the very least. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That's not cool. Got caught on the ledge. No good. Okay. What is that? Getting bullied. Okay. The Oxley never passed that time, so that'll get me out of there. It's about a 20-second death. That one's pretty bad. That's like one of the worst deaths that you could actually take in this game. But I'll make do with what I have. Try to get a 50-minute time with this run. It's still doable. So I'm going to be going on the left side here and trying out something called a geyser jump. I'm going to be using a geyser, get a bunch of vertical momentum. Check this out. Like so. And that'll let me get to this top part of Bluefin Depot. If you go onto the right side and do something called box jump, which is a couple seconds slower, that is just the fastest way that you can get through here. Pretty good. Oh, why did I switch back to Splatball? Okay. Alright, besides the death in 14, this run's fine. But I'll make it work. Next up, level 13. This is a cycle-based stage, so we're trying to make a cycle at the very end of the stage, global cycle kind of deal. And there's going to be a lot of moving platforms where if you mess up on one of these moving platforms, the whole stage is ruined kind of deal. And I got to make a couple of cup jumps to make this work. Guy. I can jump. With a couple of burst bombs on that wall, I can jump over and skip a whole bunch of that area. I don't have to use the intended path. Those walls are inkable. I can do as I please. Oh, jeez. That was close. What is going on? That was close. Caught that fast cycle at the end of the stage. Now, if I could actually get up to the end of the stage, that would be excellent, instead of just messing around like that, but you know what? It's fine. It's like, get me up there! How hard could it be? There we are. This is level 11 now. Level 11 has a lot of invisible paths. I think that this octave will make things significantly faster. Okay, you know what? That's never happened before. And I'll probably never see that again. That's what's supposed to happen, though. But you just gotta roll with the punches, you know? A lot of how Splatoon 1 at top level works is that small, off-cycle, off your intended plan things will happen, and you just gotta figure out how to adapt with it. Like that shot RNG. This is all in the visible path section here, but I've got it all memorized, so take the best line I can here. Oof, this is really slow. Getting a 50 on this run will be quite the challenge after what has happened in World 3 here. But I'm a believer, okay? You just gotta believe. But this is definitely an uphill battle from here, but I don't know, man. Just gotta ball out. Now we're gonna be going into boss 3. This fight is just an auto-scroller. Nothing else to it. We're going to be trapping Octowhirl into our own ink, and then just doing RFGs for 3 phases. Easily the least interesting fight that we have to do, but it's okay. The boss that we do after this is one of the most interesting in the series to make up for it, so it's fine. Alright, it's going over to the left here. Technically, Octowhirl can actually go over to the right. I've only ever seen it a couple of times. It happened in my world record, too. So the gimmick here is that as we're trying to get Octowhirl trapped into our own ink, he's going to take away more and more of the stage each time, or make like certain parts rotate, and try to make that more difficult. But I kind of have a good idea of like where rotated parts will be when he stops moving. So you just keep that in mind and bait him towards a certain part, and you get through it. A-okay. Now in phase 3, all of this clear, pathing here, Octowhirl will just go right over that. But that's no big deal for me. Right about here should do. And I get to do the fight. Not too bad. Alright, now if you know a little bit about Splatoon speedrunning, you may have heard of the upcoming trick that I'm about to do. It is called World 4 Skip, and as the name implies, World 4 is going to be forgotten about very quickly. This trick works because the barrier around World 4 has a 3 pixel gap on the right side that you can actually get onto. And now normally, with all the other barriers, this wouldn't matter, because they all have ink rails that attach them to their other worlds, right? And if you clip into a barrier and hop onto an ink rail, it won't actually activate. But World 4 is different. I don't know why they did this, but instead of having an ink rail, they made these inkable blocks that you could see over there. You could just hop onto those early. So we're going to use that 3 pixel gap on the right side, along with those inkable blocks, to get ourselves over to World 5. Now, this is very precise, so it may take a few tries. Line this up. Beauty. First try. Never even heard of them. Any percent runners when they see World 4 in their run? What is it? Open the stage! There you go. And there you go. Severe lack of World 4. We're now in World 5. Starting out with level 24. This is an auto-scroller of a stage. Nothing too fancy about it. There is a jump that I'm gonna have to do at the end that's pretty precise and very easy to miss. But if I hit it, I'll be in decent shape for getting to 50 in this run. If I don't, not so much. Oh, what is that? Okay. I don't know what happened with that rail there. But it's fine. We have a lot of time in this cycle. So a few mistakes in 24 is no big deal. World 4 skip was found probably a week or two after the game came out. It was really early on. That was way before I was involved in Splatoon 1. I only got into Splatoon 1 last year. I've been running Splatoon 2 for a much longer time though. That's unlucky. Okay. Not very good path there. That was really hard to make work because essentially to make that jump you need to have the very edge of that platform reached, and my initial volley just didn't, so I fall down, and that'll cost me 15 seconds. Alright, getting a 50 at this point. My best possible time is a 50-53, guys. Surely I can make it work. Clueless. What? Hello? Ink the corner. Thank you. I'm gonna unlock level 27 there, and we're gonna come back to it because it's a really good super jump point to get to the rest of the stages. And I'm gonna go down here, do level 26 now. It's Salisbury Rig. Except the end point isn't like the end base or anything, because that's where the scroll is. The end point is just at the opening box at the other side. So, it is a very straightforward stage to get through. And then we're gonna go and jump back to level 27 now and get that cleared. Gonna be going back to Black Belly Skate Park here. This time with the Octo Striker. I'm essentially just trying to route out these striker shots so I can grab the key and only be seen at certain times. And that's gonna let me do a strat at the end of the stage. I can listen to the visual cue and see if I got it. That should work. Yes. So now, since I did the stage correctly, I can throw a burst on with the pink balloon, and it will actually hit the striker, take him out in one shot, instead of having to do my usual setup for that. Next up is going to be level 25. This is... level 12 was the first stage that actually had elements of RNG in it. 25 is the second one. Overall, RNG in this game is very, very tame compared to Splatoon 2. But it still exists. There's a couple of stages where this is actually like really annoying. Mainly because of these guys are in front of me, the flutters. They have a kind of random path. And there's going to be one flutter at the end of the stage that has a key on it, or a sniper with a key on it, and I need that key. So I want it to spawn in a few certain locations. There's a few spots that it can spawn, and they're just very slow for me to get that key. Twinticle in my way. What will he do? So there's a key at the end over here. This is the first one that I need. I'm looking at my gamepad here, and I'm noticing that the center path that I made earlier is still standing, so I can retake it again and save a bit of time. That sniper is in quite possibly the best location it can be in. That is just really lucky, I'm gonna be honest, okay? That was just super lucky. Thank you, game. That was nice of you. Next up, I'm gonna get the last few stages before the final boss, and Krail just sent me backwards even though I am holding up on the stick. It's a little silly, but that's okay. This is level 23. There's a lot of ways to fall down and lose a lot of time in level 23. Lots of pits that you can fall into. You need to be precise with your movement. So this could be a really hard stage to master. I'm gonna use this Inkzuka to ink up the line of sponges here way faster than trying to do it yourself. Sponges, gotta be careful of the bombers here. You do not want them seeing you earlier. Okay, you got scared by my bomb. That works too. The splat bombs here. I'm gonna be doing a bit of a manipulation. This might not work. Wow, that is surprising. Okay. So I essentially manipulated my movement there to get the Octolings to spawn in certain corners. Because their spawn locations are not predetermined. It actually depends on how you move throughout that last section. So I'm kind of snappy and rigid with my movement to manipulate that. And now we're going to go into level 22. This stage is a lot of ink switches, which burst bombs are going to be the perfect answer for. But you do have to be careful here, especially when stuff like that happens. Do not release ZL early when the path is not fully aimed. Get around this guy. I can throw a burst bomb up to that ink switch and skip the whole puzzle that you would usually have to do there. Grab the Zuka from earlier and use it here. And that'll let me make quick work of those enemies and make a nice path as a bonus. What is that? Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure. That ball is right there. Okay, stop that. I'm going by. Later, Octowalls. You can't troll me anymore. Okay, that almost could have been a complete disaster at the end there, but I made it out. So it's fine. And now, we're going to be going into the final boss of the game, DJ Octavio. This is where the rapid fire glitch truly gets to shine. So the thing about DJ Octavio, there's going to be 5 different phases to this fight, and a lot of them are going to be different phases with fists coming towards you. We're going to be doing the rapid fire glitch to skip a lot of the cycles that you would usually have to do here. There are fist skips and there are cycle skips. You can also like delay a fist going towards the ground, and that's called a cycle skip. Fist skips and cycle skips are kind of interchangeable in many areas in this fight. I'm basically going to be routing out the fists and how I hit them back to get the best time that I can. There's a very specific route to when and where I want to hit back each fist, which you don't really want to mess with. So that's the rapid fire glitch in action there. Trying to do it a little faster for these. You're essentially trying to get some shots up into the air before the fist comes out, and then lower your cursor so you can get the most amount of hits in. That was just slow. I believe my fingers are misaligned on the D-pad right now. That's more like it. Yeah. And that's phase 1. That's the simple phase. Kind of just gets you used to how this fight's gonna go down. Phase 2 is where these RFGs start to matter a lot more. If you miss an RFG, or run out of ink, in a lot of these spots you're going to drop an actual cycle, and that's gonna cost you like 15 seconds. I am also just gonna grab the scroll, because why not? It's kind of funny, honestly. Alright. There's good RFG use there, so now I do not have to wait for a 3rd round of fists in this phase. Now, I didn't explain this in phase 1, but once you get Octavio far enough back in each phase, you start to play tennis with you with these subwoofers. So essentially, you just have to hit back the subwoofer 3 times, and it'll get you into the next phase. Another thing that I'm desperately going to need here is the Inkzuka. There's one coming up soon. There are 2 Inkzukas in this fight, and they're both going to be used. They're very useful. Wait, what? How does that even... Okay. Wait, this is bad. How did that one bomb hit the box? Okay, that is... I've never seen that before, but I'll make it do. I'll make do with it. So now I'm going to bust out this Inkzuka here. You'll notice that Octavio's like really far back. So I can use the Inkzuka to hit this subwoofer from really far away. There's going to be another Inkzuka in phase 4. I'm going to want to not use it in phase 4 because Octavio's going to be close for the subwoofer then. I'm going to save it for phase 5. So there's a strat I can do here. I'm going to hit back this first fist. And I'm intentionally gonna let this second fist hit the ground. If I hit that fist back there, it'll actually lose me time. While it will do the knockback, I don't actually need that knockback to do this phase optimally, and it'll put Octavio into a slower animation. So it is faster to skip hitting that back for now. It does make it a little scarier though. That was actually very close with that RFG. I almost lost a lot of time. And now, I'm just gonna wait right up next to this barrier for these 4 to hit the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fist comes out. No way! And you can see Octavio is basically in my face, so there's no point in really using Yumizuka right now. Okay, there you go. Now we're gonna go into phase 5, and we are going to absolutely jam out, because this theme slaps. Calamari Incantations goes hard. Doesn't matter what game it's in. Gotta do this fist skip. Nice. If you drop that fist skip, you're gonna lose 25 seconds. That one's pretty important. But now I should be good. Time will be coming up in about a minute from now, once I get Octavia to the end and get him back. So just be ready. Okay. Enough stretching, hit the twinkle. Let's go. Wait, what is the twinkle doing? How did it spawn down there? That makes no sense. Goodbye, twinkle. My friend! I wanted to mess around with the friend, dude. This is so messed up. Bait those to go right there, so they're not a problem as I do this last Yumizuka part. And one also went down. So sad. Anyway, and that is time. A 5106, not bad. Considering I died like twice, it makes sense. But yeah, that's Splatoon 1 90% for you. A very different run from what this used to be, with massive skips. And that is all I really have to show for you today. If you want to watch more Splatoon speedrunning, I am mostly grinding for the Octo expansion world record now on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/LonTr0. So, if you like Octo expansion, I'd go check that out. But that's about all from me. Thanks for watching. If there is anything that the donation and commentator would like to put in now, go ahead. Because I am just going to burst bomb this end wall. And look, I can mix in normal shots as well. If we're still on screen, by the time I get to the end of the credits, I gotta do a smile. Wait, I might be able to get one in now. You just gotta believe in yourself, okay? Okay? Good smile. No, I put the eyes too high. The smile, it's a fail. Oh, that one was just bad. I tried to, you gotta get fancy with it, you know? Nope, the eyes were too high. Try again. Those are... Let's go. Alright, chat. What do I try to ink into this end credit screen right here? I can get a better smile than that. Squid? Wait, no. And then it's just like... How do I get a triangle? Heart. What else can I do? Shock. No way. I doubt my abilities to put in the G. I gotta be honest. Wait. That's so bad. Wait, this is doable. This is doable. SG, SpeedGaming. Too easy.